I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
This is the film I fucking remembered. When I said that, oh, I don't like Shrek much. Granted, because I thought he was a little bit overrated, but you know what? Rewatching the Shrek films, the first two are pretty decent. To be fair, they're pretty good. This is the fucking film I remember, and the fourth film, but especially this one is the one I fucking remember, and I'm gonna say fuck a couple more times, because this film fucking sucked. Shrek the Third, more like Shrek the Turd. 2007, apparently I'm not alone. Apparently even a lot of fans of Shrek thought this was a piece of shit. Even the fourth film think this is a piece of shit. 'Tis nothing in this film carries over into the fourth. Literally. Other than at the end Shrek has babies. But they show that at the beginning of the fourth film. And do a little montage. Oh, hey, they have babies. So you could literally skip this film and not miss a fucking thing. Because they introduce this character of Arthur, voiced by Justin Timberlake. Does that character follow through to the next one? No. Hell, this even has the character of Rumpelstiltskin, which is not the same as the fourth film, who would be the main villain. By the way, this is a request from Felix. Thank you so much. If people want to request anything, pretty much anything, you can request it either directly to my PayPal, send it there, or join my Patreon. I'm still dealing with my sickness, so I apologize. That's why I'm drinking and clearing my throat and coughing and fucking spewing and fucking puking. Well, okay, I'm not puking, but maybe I will after I get done with this fucking flick. This movie just flat out sucks. It's not funny. It feels like there's barely any fucking jokes in it. The new characters suck. There's not even a lot of new characters. Prince Charming, who was not a great villain in the second film. It was the fact that he was working with his the fairy godmother, who was more of an energetic, interesting villain than Prince Charming. I said, well, here's Prince Charming again, and he's left over, so this character in the story's a laughingstock. He wants revenge on what happened. He gets a bunch of bad guys. Which is funny because if you watch the end of Shrek 2, some of those same bad guys are celebrating when everything went well at the end of Shrek 2. I think like Captain Hook, he's playing the fucking piano, but now here he's pissed. Its tone at times is all over the fucking place. Its jokes suck. The few attempts that it does. Like John Cleese. By this point he's been turned to a frog. At the end of the second film he was turned to a frog from the fairy godmother. And then he's dying. Oh, that's great. Let's start a movie off with a fucking death. And he dies for like 5 fucking minutes. He dies, they think he's dead, then he's alive. He dies, they think he's dead, then he's alive. You know what? Fucking Oscar or Sylvester Stallone did that shit better. A lot fucking better than this. Oscar with Sylvester Stallone. When he's with Kirk Douglas, and that was funnier than anything in this movie. So he finally dies. Again, the scene goes on way too fucking long. I guess they thought it was funnier than it really is. And then when they have the funeral, they have the song Live and Let Die from the James Bond movie. Live and let die, to live and let die. Live and let die. I mean, wow, that's fucking cold. I mean, her father fucking died. Cameron Diaz's father. Live and let die. I'm like, because of the title? I'm not the only one that has mentioned that. If you look up any review, they pretty much mention the same fucking thing. I mean, I like the song. It doesn't work in this fucking scene, though. I guess they just listen to the lyrics and people are supposed to laugh. Oh, yeah, he died. So, yeah, live and let die. I'm sitting here trying to think, like, what better song. I mean, I'm not a writer. I'm not a creator. But yeah, I think there were better, more clever, more funny fucking songs that you could use for that joke than this. I mean, why not? You might as well just use and I'll miss you, baby, and I don't wanna miss a thing. It's like, well, too fucking bad. You don't miss everything because you're dead. So now that the teen is dead, Shrek maybe could be teen, but he's like, I'm not good with that. I'm not good with that responsibility. Wait, there's a relative named Arthur. Let's go find him. So him, Donkey, and Puss in Boots, they go off in a boat. And he finds out last minute that Cameron Diaz's character is pregnant. And then throughout the film, you have like 2-3 scenes where he's worried about her pregnancy, and that's it. Like, this didn't nearly have any part of the heart that the first two films had. Like, the first film, falling in love, maybe it won't work. The second film, maybe I'm not right for her, maybe I should let her go because at least she will be happy. There's really none of that in this. Again, there's literally like 2 or 3 scenes where it's like, could it be a dad? One of them being a nightmare where 1,000 Shrek babies overcome him. I'm like, I don't know how good you think you are, Shrek. I don't think you don't pump out 1,000 babies, but just saying. I thought it was also weird that Puss in Boots... Okay, Puss in Boots talks. He's with all these cats that don't talk. Are they feral cats and he's a talking cat? Is that bestiality? I mean, I guess not, because they're cats, but it's just weird. Like, Puss in Boots is a cat who talks. He's like, I'm gonna miss you, I'm gonna miss you, I'm gonna miss you. What is he, a fucking pimp? Is Puss in Boots a fucking pimp, or he's a whore? He's a whore. You know, he has like 15 fucking female cats he's saying goodbye to, and he's ready to sleep with another one before he leaves. Or at least hits on her, and none of them talk. That's always the weird thing with these movies. How come, like, he talks, but the other cats don't talk? Like, what's the whole deal? Again, if he sleeps with them, I don't know. Just something about this seems strange to me. I don't know why. I'm thinking too much into it. But he is a whore. So they get to this place and they find this high school, and the jokes there is just, oh, they talk like Valley Girls, they talk like the people from fucking Clueless, like totally, and they're blowing bubble gum, or they stuff Donkey into a fucking locker because apparently Donkey went to high school and college. I don't know fucking how, but whatever. And old Justin Timberlake, he's a fucking geek as Arthur. He's such a geek that even the nerds that play wannabe Dungeons and Dragons fucking pick on him. So in other words, he's a fucking pussy. Meanwhile, the bad guys storm the castle. They lock the people up. And ultimately Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Fiona, they go off and they fight. They go off and they battle. They go off and they... You know what? That could be interesting. The princesses... kind of precursor of what they would fucking do today. Like, didn't they do that in the Wreck-It Ralph sequel? Like, the princesses, oh, we're not just damsels in distress. You know, not it fit nowadays in the PC culture. But at least here, I didn't feel that was hammered down to like, well, guys are bad and guys suck, and they didn't do that. So it was interesting. Okay, Cinderella at one point throws a shoe like a fucking boomerang. You know, Cinderella's shoes. Snow White, she does the Immigrant Song, na 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 na, and all the birds and animals attack these tree guards. But for some reason they cut that song and they turned to a shitty song. Like, you have this great song, Immigrant Song, that you're starting off. Interesting way to start off. And then you cut to Barracuda. What the fuck? Why? Number one, I never liked that song. Ooh, Barracuda. Number one, it's a lot shittier song. Immigrant Song is a better song. Why don't you stick with that? Why the fuck didn't you just stick with that song? Why the fuck do you cut away from the good song to go to a shitty song? And what the fuck does Barracuda have to do with anything? Fucking why? I have no idea. And not a whole lot is done with that. Like, they break into the castle to rescue Shrek. This is later on. And then that's pretty much it. So that idea is interesting, but it didn't... That's the only bit of interest I got out of this entire fucking film. Arthur I don't give a fuck about. Not because it's voiced by Justin Timberlake, but because the character is just a weak pussy. That's really it. Merlin, they see him voiced by Eric Idle. He's not really funny. There's really nothing he does that's meant to be funny. He's only there so that he can accidentally switch Donkey and Puss in Boots' bodies. And even then, not a whole lot is done with that. The only genuine joke they try to do is when Puss in Boots tries to do the, oh, I'm cute, feel sorry for me, but he's doing it in Donkey's body, so it gets the opposite effect. That's like the only genuine joke they go for, because of this whole switching body thing. Other than that, it's just, well, how do I walk in these boots? And other... That's the thing. This film just didn't seem as clever, didn't seem as witty, didn't seem as genuine. It didn't seem like they knew what the fuck the plot was going to be, so they just go, well, King Arthur, yeah, sure, Merlin, yeah, why not put that somewhere in there? The end of the film is just, after that rescue of Shrek and his buddies, well, Shrek's buddies, technically, because at this point Prince Charming wants to have a play that he kills Shrek, but the crowd liked Shrek more than Prince Charming, so he gets pissed. Then the villains are there, and Justin Timberlake, he just comes in and goes, villains, don't be villains. Don't be villains. Don't you want more in life to be than a villain? That's all he fucking says, and like, yeah, I wanted to be this, I wanted to be that. That's all it took? Just for this wimpy pussy to come in and go, hey, villains, don't be villains. Did you always want to be a villain? Wow, that's all it fucking took? And no one else thought of this fucking idea? Are you shitting me? Are you shitting the britches? Give me a fucking break, man. Just a lame-ass, shitty finale. Of course, to a lame-ass, shitty film. Again, the film is not that funny. The only the two times I got some kind of smirk was number one when Snow White has the Immigrant Song and all the birds and animals come forward. I'm like, okay. Maybe because I like that song, but still. Number two is when Julie Andrews, Mary Poppins herself, as the mom, Cameron Diaz's mom, she headbutts the brick wall. Not once, but twice to get the princesses out. I don't know, because I like Julie Andrews. Hey, Mary Poppins headbutts a fucking brick wall. I don't know, just... That's something I saw coming, because I did forget a lot about this fucking film. And as it's going on, I'm like, oh, I'm remembering this shit now. Justin Timberlake's character fucking sucks. Merlin is barely a fucking character, and it's not even meant to be funny, and he appears like once or twice on the island, then he disappears till the end of the fucking film to be like, oh, by the way, I gotta switch you two back again. It's like, you didn't even need any of this shit then. Other attempts of humor. Oh, when the bad guys attack the castle, there's the gingerbread man, and then the gingerbread man's life flashes before his eyes. I guess the joke is, hey, he had a life. Because it's him like kissing at a drive-thru, or him in school. Again, it's just, wow, the gingerbread man actually had a life. Isn't that funny? Or, yeah, isn't this funny? Because this stuff is happening, but it's a gingerbread man doing it. Might, sure. Idea, some of the song choices are fucking stupid. Live and Let Die, good song, did not fit. Barracuda, fuck that song, never liked that song. And you interrupted the Immigrant Song, so that's one times a million fucking points deducted from that shit. Yeah, let's not have the Immigrant Song, which is cool. Let's go into fucking Barracuda. Shove a Barracuda up your fucking ass. Fuck this movie. I'm tired of talking about this fucking film. I'm tired of talking about this fucking it fucking sucks. Even the fourth film, nothing in this carries over to the fourth film. Nothing. Other than at the end they have babies, and then they show the babies at the beginning of the fourth film, so there you go. Now the fourth film's not as bad as this, but I'll get to that. So we'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.